Hey everybody, Jake here, and I had a game recently that I thought was kind of interesting. It involved Cathedral and a hand size attack, so I thought those two interacted interestingly enough to want to talk about it here. It looks like I forgot this time to bring up the Kingdom in the Kingdom viewer, so hopefully that's not too much of an inconvenience for you. You can't see the text of the cards, but what you can see is that I opened 5-2. Which is kind of sad on a Cathedral board, and not as sad as 2-5, but I'm thinking about it. Normally I just open Cathedral without thinking. In this case, my opponent opens Cathedral, I have 5, I decide to get the Ghost Ship. My thinking is that I can get the Cathedral later, or not, decide, see how things go, probably get it, but punish his Cathedral, just kind of shut down his early turns with the Ghost Ship. So he goes ahead and trashes his estate with Cathedral, because that's just going to happen every turn. And, he might be ahead of me other than the fact that I have this Ghost Ship in the deck, just because he's going to be so much better trashed so much more quickly than I will. So I've opened Ghost Ship nothing. The other option was I could have gone Cathedral nothing, but I decided to get the Cathedral on turn 3. I have missed out on trashing only really one card on him when you consider the fact that I went second, so this is not the end of the world. I do think about it, though, because the Ghost Ship is there, and it is a valid concern. Like, trying to kick off from a 2-card hand here is difficult, but not impossible, as you're going to see. So the opponent hits 5 here, and in my opinion, a Ghost Ship would have been just fine for him. Would have been quite good, but he gets the Treasurer, and I can't really fault him for that because that's a really strong card as well. So I play this Ghost Ship on him, and he is hit with his first soon-to-be 2-card hand of the game. So he's going to figure out what he's doing with that. And I take Experiments, which my reason for taking Experiments over Silver here is just thinking that I really need to keep the pressure on and play this Ghost Ship on him every turn if I can. Like, any turn I don't play this Ghost Ship on him is one more turn that I feel like he could try to get back in it, and I don't want to take the pressure off for a second. I don't want him to be able to do things like get a single gold or what have you. Because once he does that, the pressure is kind of alleviated for him. Okay, so he's hit 7 and he has the key with his Treasurer. And he goes ahead and gains a gold. So that's literally exactly what I said I was hoping wouldn't happen, but that's alright. So I play the Ghost Ship on him, decide not to play these Experiments, just thinking that the turn's just not going to get better by playing them, so I might as well save them. Not playing it means the Ghost Ship doesn't miss the shuffle, so I can play the Ghost Ship possibly again next turn, and that works out. So I didn't get to buy something, but I do get to play my Ghost Ship, and I wouldn't have otherwise. And I get to keep the Experiment in the deck, so you can kind of go back and forth on whether or not that was the right call. And from a 2-card hand, he hits 6, just showing you again the power of Treasurer. He has the key, obviously. He gives me a silver, which I'm very happy with because I would have needed to buy, and I need another silver in my deck at this point. So it's a gift for me. So I get that second Ghost Ship because, again, I do not want to let up on the pressure. You can make an argument that I'm over-prioritizing Ghost Ship here. I don't know. I think it's important to keep attacking him like this. And the fact that he's not attacking me is really giving me a chance to get ahead in my own right. I decide that the turn's not going to get any better by playing these Experiments, so I decide not to and just play the Ghost Ship. Partially because I know I have a Ghost Ship in these cards, and I didn't want to draw it dead, and drawing more cards with the Experiment makes it more likely I collide them. I'm only buying one thing a turn anyway, so I just decide to stop playing Experiments, play the Ghost Ship. And I assume that he's having his first kind of agonizing decision, the first of many, I hope. That's the idea behind this thing where you and I put a gold on the deck. I think it's about time for that. What would my other options be? I could get a treasure and contest the key. That might have been pretty good, actually. Maybe I needed to do that here. That seems pretty valuable. Contesting the key is not something I considered because you only get to play one terminal here. And maybe that should have been a gold, I don't know. You only get to play one terminal here. And I wanted it to be Ghost Ship. Just because I thought that would be the thing that would keep me farthest ahead. Okay, so he's got his embassy. Gets a gold. I draw my Ghost Ship dead, but that's okay. The deck is pretty thin, so I'm going to reshuffle and have a chance at playing Ghost Ship next turn anyway. And honestly, it's to be expected. I've got 2 Ghost Ships in the deck and not very many other cards. So some collision is inevitable. The important thing here is I do not want to give him room to breathe. Alright, so at this point I'm deciding what to do. I consider just getting a gold, and that's probably what I should do and hope I do. I'm also considering maybe getting a ritual and ritualing a gold or a silver or possibly even a province. The idea being that it's really easy to trash that curse, and I can just get some points that don't take provinces out of the pile with it. I don't know. So I am about to have a turn, the first one in a while, where I don't play Ghost Ship on him. So that makes me kind of nervous, because he's going to have his first 5-card hand, and that's probably a province, right? I mean, there's not a whole lot else you could be doing here, other than ritual. Ritualing golds is fine, but you have to gain the gold somehow. And from a 2-card hand, he hits province. So again, telling you, treasure is a really good card. And I'm kind of leaning toward the theory that I should have contested the key this game, watching this play out. Okay, so I go ahead and Ghost Ship him again, and draw my Ghost Ship dead. That's unfortunate, but, again, it's going to happen. I do have a chance, and I draw my Ghost Ship as my 5th card from the reshuffle, so that's pretty lucky for me. So, yeah, the Treasurer in this Cathedral situation is really coming in clutch for him because he can be using it to grab treasures out of the trash, so... the treasure just made him $5, $6 if you count the key. So 2-card hands maybe aren't a problem in that case. At this point, I am considering heavily, instead of buying the province, I consider ritualing a gold. And I decide not to do that. I decide to get the province. But looking back on this, I think I should have instead bought ritual and trashed the gold and gotten some points that way. Because I think that continuing to attack him... My thinking was that his deck was more sustainable than mine, but I think that I probably could have gotten away with just getting some ritual points and stalling and maybe waiting for him to buy the second to last province, because I guess he could kind of come back by ritualing golds at me too, but it's really hard to do that if I give him a 2-card hand. So I decided to trash a Ghost Ship and just get this last province. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to do better than a tie, so I take the tie. But let me know what you think in the comments. My opinion right now is that I probably would have won if the turn before that I had bought Ritual and trashed gold instead of getting that province. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But let me know what you think, and see you next time.